Hello people, how are you doing tonight? Since it's been like about 3 weeks, I think it's been 3 weeks now, since the latest case of someone going off the beam, that's right, the Eliot Rodger fiasco, I think it's about time I fucking made my, gotta stop swearing, about time I made my video and gave my impressions of that whole thing. I usually don't do videos about hot current events and hot topics because people on all different sides get all kind of worked up, and I don't want to attract, any, violent, I don't want to attract any people's violent passions towards me usually, which is a big change from my personal life. I pretty much routinely mouth off about the vital topics of the day, give my own personal bias, and a lot of people get excited. But on social media, you're upsetting a lot of people that you don't know and are a little bit, unpredictable and mentally unstable. But I think this is actually a pretty safe one. I think everybody universally, for the most part, agrees the guy was a nut job, and nobody condones what he did, except for like a few beta nerds on the internet kind of admire him because he finally had enough and went out and shot up the place. I guess they have secret fantasies of doing the same. But now, to tell you the truth, I don't know if they took his channel down, but right when the news broke, his YouTube channel was still up, and I watched about 3 or 4 of his videos, and to be quite honest, I can't say I have any sympathies for that guy. As a matter of fact, I kind of don't like him. In fact, I hate him. He was a real self-absorbed, a very self-centered, immature person. And I know his whole thing was he was mad at the world because he was still a virgin. Like that would have solved all his problems. I mean, because even if he got a girlfriend, it's like he would go off like when they broke up, or he would go off if they weren't getting along really good. I mean, the guy was just like a mass killing waiting to happen, basically. I heard that his parents took him out of public school when he was in 9th grade because he was being bullied by the other kids. Which doesn't surprise me because he was a very profoundly unlikable individual. But I don't think they did him any favors by taking him out of school. They should have made him deal with this situation and socialize him a bit. Because you can tell from watching his videos that he really hasn't matured past like the age of 15 or 16. He's like that immature. I mean, come on, it's like, the solution to the fact that I haven't been laid by the time I'm 22 years old is to go out and kill everybody and then kill myself, thus ensuring I will never ever get laid. What kind of solution is that? He wasn't really thinking this stuff through very thoroughly. But I think the problem was, I think he just kind of felt like life was a magical formula. It's like, oh, all I gotta do is enroll in a university and I'll be living like Animal House or something like that. A lot of people don't realize just doing things, getting yourself in certain situations is only part of the equation. You also have to put a lot of effort into it. I get the impression that he really bothered trying to get along with girls or socialize with them or get to know them or anything like that. I guess he magically figured oh, I'm driving a hot car and I'm a university student, so girls would just be falling all over me, and that didn't happen. I guess he got bent out of shape because in his mind it was supposed to happen that way. But I think if he really wanted to have a lot of sex but didn't want to put any effort into it, he wanted people to just come to him, be drawn to him like a magnet, he could have got more creative about it. I don't know how attached he was to his gender, but if he would have just grew his hair out and started wearing makeup and put on a pretty dress, I'm sure he would have had a lot of guys fighting each other to have a chance to get to him, because I think he I'm a guy, so I can't really tell how good-looking a guy he was. But I can tell you though that given his facial features and his bone structure, there was a lot of potential there if he used makeup. He'd make a pretty hot-looking girl, I think. Those big lips. He had some. He put some lipstick on and stuff like that. They put on a blonde wig and capered around in a little red dress. I'm sure he would have had a lot of suitors. And him and I guess 5 or 6 other people would probably still be alive if he would just because like his plan was to massacre a bunch of hot girls who wouldn't date him, but he ended up what he killed like 4 guys and like 2 girls, and only one of them was like really attractive, at least according to the posthumous pictures published of them. So the guy was a real screw up. He couldn't do anything right. You know, I think everybody's better off without him around. It's just too bad he had to take out like 5 or 6 innocent people, and even people that had like absolutely nothing to do with his obsession or his problem. But yeah, I guess I didn't really say anything terribly controversial. But I just wanted to make this video, and like I said about the last video, it's really late, it's the end of the day, and I'm kind of fatigued.
This young man or boy, they said he wasn't lengthy.
Oh yeah, he was only, I think he only had like a 4-inch wiener, I think. So he could have went all the way and just like he could have did a little amateur surgery. It just would have taken like a jar of rubbing alcohol and an X-Acto knife, I guess, based on those dimensions. I don't know. And he could have had a whole new life ahead of him, and he could have been a fucking porn star if he wanted to. Anyway, yeah guys, so I'll see you next video. Bye.